Do you need a drink
Look.
after you just crammed Thin Mints in your mouth?
That is true. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Sir. Okay. Okay. 3 Sheets presents from me. My name is Madeline, and I am from Saunt Yübear, a comedy band. I am one half of. Do I need to be louder?
You're a little
I
bit
feel like
louder.
I'm whispering. Welcome to my podcast.
It's not a podcast.
Okay. Hi. Welcome to this presentation via 3 Sheets. My name is Madeline. I'm from the band Saunt Yübear. We're very funny. And I'm making a presentation. My name is Madeline. And it is aliens, you guys. It's a special examination of the Allagash Abductions. And also, whatever is going on with Tom Delonge. Brought to you by me, Madeline Hubert. Dramatic cold open. Jack Wiener jolts awake, covered in sweat. He slaps his wife as he cries, begs her to wake up. Mary, my wife, it happened again. I had that dream. Those eyes, those fingers, those eyes, those eyes. I would like you to know that I am editorializing this part because I don't know if it happened, but I think that it's good for a dramatic effect. The Allagash Abductions. I already have a glass of water. Thank you, stagehand. The Allagash Abductions. On August 20th, 1976, 4 men went on a really straight camping trip together into the Allagash forest. Twin brothers Jim and Jack Wiener, that's funny, and their 2 friends that they met at art school, whose names are both Charles, which is also funny and stupid. Anyways, I'm gonna call them Charles Squared. Quelle surprise, these 4 dudes fucking have like a weird experience. There's lights dancing above the mountains when they're in a canoe in the middle of the night, which makes them idiots. Don't go canoeing at night. I've done it and it's dumb. Don't do that. It's pretty, but it's just a bad idea. They're all on the lake together and they see these lights. That's them. These are the duties. Don't know who's who. Bum, 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 bum. Okay, one of the Wiener brothers says it was just floating above the treetops. It didn't seem to be moving in any direction. And I looked at it through the binoculars for maybe 15 seconds, 30 seconds. I mean, it literally just went hoot, which is my new favorite onomatopoeia. Hoot, like that, and it was gone. There was something about this thing that left me within an odd feeling that wasn't quite right. But I really didn't dwell on it because he had like other shit to think about fucking apparently in the middle of the night in the canoe woods. Second Charlie, Rack. I named him Charlie too because I decided that the other Charlie is my favorite. Takes his flashlight. They say he squeezed off, specific language to be using, the message SOS on a flashlight up to this orb in the sky. And this magic orb, because he is dumb, it obviously comes zipping up because it's like, oh, what's up? And then this big old orb, these guys, they like, it came up, they're on the canoe and it's like in their faces and they're like, this seems like it's like 80 feet long and diameter. And they're just like really scared and then it hoots away again. Their bond, should I start over?
No, you're doing great.
Okay. The bonfire upon their return to the shore after they like canoe back and they're like, oh my god, that was so crazy, is now merely embers, as though hours have gone by. But they're like, that was like half an hour, guys. We all know that, right? Back to that dream, cold open dream. Remember when I did that for you? Jack Wiener, he's not doing so well, and he's been like telling Mary, his wife, about all these bad dreams he's been having, and he was like, I found myself in a very brightly lit room, the dream. I had no idea where I was or why I was there. To my left, I could see my brother, Jim, Chuck, and Charlie sitting on some type of bench, and everybody was naked. I noticed this figure, or a dark, shadowy type figure, emerging from this light, this bright light in front of me. I would wake up, sweating, breathing heavily, in just a state of terror, shock. Years later, his brother was like, I've been having dreams like this. And he's like, oh my god, me too. Do you know the Muffin Man? The Muffin Man. The Mutual UFO Network. So this is like 10 years later. Jim Weiner attended a seminar in which Jay Fowler, who is, I think, the head of...
Ray Fowler.
What did I say?
You said Jay.
Jay Fowler.
It's Ray Fowler.
Ray Fowler. Ray Fowler. His beans in here. Ray Fowler like reached back out to him and was like, oh yeah, let's do it up. I think that you and your friends were abducted by aliens, and I think that you should go to my friend, Mr. Mr. Constantino, to get hypnotized, and let's see if we can bring up some repressed memories, because in the 80s, like, the idea of a repressed memory was really kind of hip. Anyhow, he does these hypnotism chimies on all of the dudes. They're all separate from each other, and they're like really rigorous. They do polygraph tests and like psychiatric tests on these dudes, and they pass them all with like flying colors, whatever that means. So like whatever they're saying, they believe in. And also, what the fuck? I haven't been this drunk in so long.
You're doing great.
So, all of the men claim that they were naked in a room as they were subjected to what seemed to be medical examinations with long metal curved tools. The beings that gave them these tests, they described to have long, gray-skinned necks, big heads that were bald, metallic eyes that were like glowing, and they didn't have eyelids, and also little hands that looked like bugs' hands with like 4 fingers. Scary. And also they were said to give skin and fluid samples. This is one of the Wiener brothers. There, I don't know what to do. I think they're gonna come. They think I'm gonna come after them. I feel like I want to. I feel like I want to. The first one that comes near me, I'm gonna throttle him. I don't like these things. I don't care where they come from. They shouldn't be doing this to people. They're saying things in my head. They're saying, don't be afraid. They say, do what we say. Just do what we say. All of these 4 dudes met in art school, and they keep calling them art students in all of the articles that I read. And like, I want to say that it's probably like a 70-30 on who is an artist in this group. This is obviously like pretty okay. You know, this is detailed. Like, something happened to you and you drew this. This is legit too. These are like the beings that like allegedly came up in them. They had like, what did they say? Like metallic eyes that had no eyelids, and they were like examining them. So like, I would say this is maybe my favorite drawing of all of them. If we're arguing about anatomically correct things, that seems good. Okay, this is one of my favorites because it looks like it's a political cartoon. Like, it looks like this should be some like funny New Yorker thing, and then it's like declining in artistic skill, I guess. This last one is still reported to be by one of the 4, and I think that this guy cannot be called an artist. I could have drawn this with my butt. I could have. Critical reception. Years later, Charles Rack, one of the Charlies, says the invasive procedures did not actually happen, but they did in fact see lights. Everybody was just kind of hyping it up and like embellishing for the point of making a lot of money and like publishing books or whatever. the 3 other dudes and Jay Fowler, his name is Jay,
Ray.
and Jay Fowler,
Ray.
hardcore turn on Charles Brack, like accusing him of being unstable and being like someone they could never count on as a friend. They were like, that guy's fucking crazy and we don't like him and he has anger problems, which I think is pretty fucked up and rude, because you can't be like, oh, he has mental problems. Like, you guys went through that together, and if it happened, then it happened, and you should like support him and whatever he is saying happened. But aliens are real though. In a National Geographic poll for 2012, 77% of Americans believed in aliens, comma, similar numbers from a YouGov. I haven't heard of that website, but I'm citing their sources. In 2015, believe in UFOs, which just means unidentified flying objects. So you can't just believe in unidentified flying objects, because of course that exists. You have to believe in like flying saucers for that question to be accurately posed. The idea entered mainstream American culture in 1961 with publicity from the Betty and Barney Hill case, which is pretty cute because they were an interracial couple, which I identify with.
Oh.
I love you.
Love you too.
And then in the 80s and 90s, it was like the peak of those kind of times. These like X-Files and shit. I love it. These are some ideas on why people said that. They were like, during that time, there was a surge in space exploration. So like that was on the conscious collective mind. Psychedelic drugs were becoming more popular. Holler. And the Cold War anxiety of an invasion was like very much in our minds. And then a lot of people were like, oh, but like, did you notice that people stopped talking about it when 9/11 happened? That's because we were all like, oh, like a real threat that we brought on it and could have controlled. And the skies brought on a lot of destruction. So like, let's start talking about UFOs. Meh. Then Tom DeLonge from Blink-182, who is not the bass player but the guitar player who briefly retired and then came back, and is now touring with Angels and Airwaves, according to a Rolling Stones article from December 2019. Do you remember when, like a few years ago, there was that WikiLeaks thing, and like Donald Trump paid Russians to do the WikiLeaks, and like Hillary Clinton's emails came out, and they were like, oh my god, also like randomly Tom DeLonge was in there, and he was emailing Hillary Clinton a lot saying that aliens are real. Guess what? Tom DeLonge was on the right fucking track. Anyway, Tom DeLonge started the To the Stars Academy of Arts and Science. So not only is it Tom DeLonge with all of his Blink-182 and
Angels and Airwaves?
Angels and, I was going to say Sirens and Stilettos, and my brain misfired. He used that money to start this academy and also somehow recruit some incredibly notable people. And his research, according to a 2017 article published by the New York Times, actually legitimately exposed that the government was funneling a fuck ton of money into figuring out what shit in the sky was that they didn't understand. That is what Tom DeLonge did. He was like, the government is spending a bunch of money that we paid them to being like, what is this shit in the sky? They literally don't know. They don't know if aliens are real, but like they're like, we can confirm that we spent $22 million and we lied about it. Oh, this is from, I took some screenshots from his website. This is an Angels and Airwaves, To the Stars Academy. 1. Collect and study anomalous data. Develop technology related to findings. 3. Explain humanity throughout history. This is Tom DeLonge's profile. The founder of this thing for aliens. And also founded influential rock bands Blink-182 and Angels and Airwaves. This is fucking irrelevant because look at the other people this guy has in his business. Department of Defense research scientist and physicist from the Pentagon is the other co-founder. 50 plus years of experience. Research scientist at General Electric, National Security, the NSA, NASA. And then this dude the CIA. This guy worked for the CIA. All of these people have worked for like the White House. Did I say Aerospace Division?
Don't actually touch the TV with that.
I should, okay. All of these people, former CIA counter-biological weapons program, White House Information Technology. All of these people work for Tom DeLonge of Blink-182. Oh, this is the end. Aliens exist. Aliens exist, but like within reason. The end. Thanks for